Hi, I'm George Nordhaus, and you are about to experience the part two of Monday Mornings, the world's most communicative independent agency and independent agent, too. And that's Michael McLean, who's president of McLean Insurance in Canada. And it's a story like you cannot believe. If you haven't heard part one, go back to it as soon as you can. As a matter of fact, if you haven't, go back to it first and then listen to this one because it kind of all ties together. And it's the first time in a long, long, long time that we've put two webinars right together. But Michael has so much to say. It's amazing we were able to get it all in. This will be shorter than the other one, but man, oh man, is there some good stuff here. And I want you to, when you go to the first part of it, Michael tells about how it got all started and all that sort of thing. I was trying to think after doing that other one last week. I was trying to think, how in the heck do you describe Michael McLean? And it's very difficult because you don't see people like him very often. Uh, he uh, he is creative. He's imaginative. He's relentless, relentless, as you will see in a minute. He's motivating. He's outgoing, to say the least. A little bit at Michael, I know that. He's got a sense of humor, and all of this stuff comes together, and that's pretty amazing when you think about it. I came up with uh, two, two, two things about Michael. First of all, with Michael, there's no mountain too high, and that's for sure to climb. And the other thing is, I mean, with Michael, yeah. And the other thing was with Michael, I don't think Michael has any idea, he knows what he can't do because I don't think he can't do anything. I mean, it's the most amazing marketing communicative thing. If you know of anybody better, let me know, will you? If you do, he'll be the world's second greatest. But anyway, we'll take it. Michael, where do we start today?
Well, George, we'll start at the beginning. A lot of stuff on video, which we've been doing for a long time, but I just want to thank you for welcoming me back another Monday morning. I really enjoyed the last webinar we did, and yeah, it was very inspirational for myself as well, so thank you for the invite.
Huh.
Today, Monday morning for me, big day, George. My 2.5-year-old daughter, Emery Eva McLean, she's actually named after my mother, Eva McLean, went 2.5 years old to her very first day of school today.
Two and a
There she,
half.
2.5, and she's gone to a Montessori school, kind of a school
Yeah, I
for
know
the
what they are.
gifted.
Yeah.
And she loves sports and she loves learning, but she loves books more than anything else. So
Oh my
I
gosh.
dropped her off this morning at 2.5, and she's actually, I got to pick her up after the webinar, but her first day of school today, and she's going to go 3 half days a week. And she needs the challenge. She needs the social part of it. But you're looking at the next CEO of McLean Insurance, Ultimate Millionaire Agent, father and son barbershop, and the Perth Blue Wings Hockey Club, right there,
Oh my
staring in
God.
the face.
And those firms that, for the rest of you people who are listening, those are ones that Michael owns now. I know he's going to own all of Canada if he wants to. He's in a town, a place of about 30,000 people there, and that's not very big considering. And
No.
it's just amazing that he's done it. Well, there she is. I watched her. I knew when your wife was pregnant, and you gave us step by step. And it's an interesting thing that I want to mention right now as we go into this. Michael has very much brought his family very much personal in all of his communication, and I'm learning from that. I think that can be a good idea. You can overdo it and people get mad. But now, those of us who've been getting it, we want to find out how's Emery's doing. It's just you kind of follow her, and Mike gives us that, and it's a good break with things. Boy, I'll tell you, 2.5. I cannot believe that she is going to school at 2.5.
Two and a
That's
half,
amazing.
and one of the
What can
things
I
I
say?
love to do, George,
Go ahead. Go.
I take her to the
Congratulations.
hockey arena, I take her everywhere, I take her to meetings, spin the wheel meetings of the agency, I take her over to the barber shop, and she actually has her first TV commercial was done a month ago with her in the barber shop with
Oh,
Daddy. So she's loving business.
oh boy. Here we go.
So using video, I believe that we have to use video now. I think it's non-optional behavior. I've been using video for 8 years, and if I can use video, anybody can. It's easier than it's ever been. All you need is an iPhone or a smartphone, and the more homemade, George, the videos look, the better. I have no idea how to put video on sites. I don't do any of that. Your sons and daughters and grandsons and granddaughters under the age of 25 can do all that for us. All agents have to do is shoot videos and then hand it off to their kids to put on a site. So it's a lot easier than most agents would think. But I try to add video to everything we do because I really believe that's the age we're in right now. I mentioned last Monday that I feel that we're all in the marketing business, and the two prongs of that are we're in the personality business, but now more than ever we're in the entertainment business. Think YouTube, think social media. So the more video an agent can use, the better connection you're going to have with your prospects and with your clients. And remember, guys, nobody's using this stuff. So when you use it, you stand out like never before. And like I said, these are homemade videos that I do, nothing special, nothing cut, no scripting. I just talk to people and I tell them what it's about and what to do, and it just adds so much more, and it costs almost nothing to do. So we do on our Squeeze page email captures. When you shoot a video, you can use it on a page for years. I haven't changed these videos in 5 years, so we use them on our Squeeze to get email captures when people go there for a quote. We use videos for soft email things when people when they call us or go online for maybe one of our newsletters or a book. I have a personal guarantee video where I just am in the office talking about Michael McLean, personally guaranteeing every client's satisfaction, and that's one of the most popular videos, over 250,000 views, that one alone. So
Oh my gosh.
Get to click on that and see, who is this guy? Who am I doing business with? And if there's an issue, I will fix it immediately. Agency video tour. This is one, George, I thought was one of the really great ideas, and a lot of my members have been doing it, is they actually do a video tour of the agency where they go and see, the 2 CSRs, they introduce the receptionist, they introduce themselves, the people upstairs, the people downstairs. And I did this a few years ago, and it's on our website, where people can put a name to a face to a name. That's Joanne, who I've been talking to for 5 years, and that's Frank McLean, who started McLean Insurance. And we kept it really light and personality and entertainment driven, where we went into the CSRs and we just we introduced them, and then we kind of did some pattern interrupt stuff like, who is your favorite National Football League team? Who do you think is going to win the U.S. Open this year? And those kind of things, and a couple of family questions. So even people that aren't comfortable on video, when you do those kind of quick pattern interrupt things, it's fun. People don't have time to be cliche. It's like, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite thing to do as a family? What's your favorite sports team? Those are the kind of things that are in that video, and it makes for a lot of fun and connection with our staff. So those are my 2 biggest videos on our site. It's my personal guarantee video and the agency tour video, and you can do those with an iPhone easily.
Michael, let me ask you
Yes.
something on that.
Sure.
How can they go to your website? Just let's make sure I can give it to them now.
This is my brand new website with my dad and I on the front banner here. It's McLeaninsurance.ca, McLeaninsurance.ca. And you'll notice there that I have all my TV commercials at the bottom too. You can click on those. I did those 5 or 6 years ago. But we're just continually adding video. Like next week, I'm going to be shooting a video here with my father right in front of the building. And we're going to be replacing this banner with my dad and myself with a video. And basically, George, it's father and son team. People want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. So for the last 12 years, my dad and I have been marketing ourselves as father and son. A lot of people know my father. A lot of people know myself. But, most of our clients are now from way, way outside of where we are. So the connection is even more important with video. People that are, 16 hours away in a completely different state or province. I mean, it's video is now more important than ever. But that's my site, McLeaninsurance.ca. My good friend Tom Wiesek designed that for me 6 months ago. And by the time we're done in a year, I think, George, I would have to say 90% of it will be video. And I just want to make one more, this is our general site. We have, and I'm going to show you, we do mostly niche sites. Like, this is a general site where a person can come and see, about McLean Insurance.
Yeah.
But all of our other sites are homemade, and they're just a video for all of our different niches. So fine dining, florist, retail, we do septic contractors, and all that is me video with a video and an opt-in. And people have to call our office to get a quote. We don't do the email thing. We don't do the texting or the fax thing. People can go to these sites, they watch the video, they see what we're all about, and they then must pick up the phone and call us. And the reason for that is, George, I can't write a small commercial account up by email. And I don't want that person. I want the person who's serious, picks up the phone and calls and says, you know, I'm looking for a quote on my restaurant. So that's, we got out of the online quoting business about 5 years ago, and it was the best thing we ever did. and because we want to write the home and car on the back end, like I want to write the florist retail shop, I want to write their house, their car, and the umbrella and their life insurance, I can't do that by email. I can't do that by fax. So you'll notice on all our sites here, there's not one single quote page. And I leave that to the directs. They can do that. They can go fishing that way. We want to talk to people on the phone. So it's been very effective. I'll show you the sites here. They all have a video, and it makes such a huge difference. It's really amazing. So I shot this video 5 years ago, and as you can see, I have not aged a single day. And I shot this with a tripod in my dining room at home. I didn't have anybody to help me. And I shot this video a couple of times. I had a little bit of a script. And basically, this was for my coaching program. And as you can see, agents have to put in their name and email. And this has not changed. I think if you go to renegadeinsurancemarketing.com, this page is still live. As you can see, I just put a headline and I put a subheadline. I had my marketing assistant do that for me. I gave her my iPhone with the video, and that has been up for the last 5 years, generating new clients into our coaching program. So once again, as you can see, I put 2 of my TV ads, so that page has 3 videos. So you have the video with me, and on both sides, I forgot I did that, I have TV videos so they can see my McLean Insurance videos. Here's another one I did exactly for the same thing, renegadeinsurancemarketing.com. I put a Post-it note on there. It was just a different test. And basically it's the same spiel, me talking for 60 seconds about why they should join Renegade Insurance Marketing, which is called UMA now. This here is something we've been doing for a long time. Again, I shot this video probably 6 years ago in my kitchen at home. And this is one for our non-standard auto niche. We do one of our micro niches is non-standard auto, bad drivers. Very, very profitable niche. And so we deal with these guys. I do full-page newspaper ads in the sports section all around the province. It's amazing. And I do them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So most people, George, just phone us and say, you know what, I can't get insurance. Can you help me out? And we're able to write that stuff with fees and make a profit. For the odd person who isn't sure, we also put needcarinsurance.ca, and your members can go and check out that site, needcarinsurance.ca at the bottom. So they're the person who's not ready to call yet. So they come to this site and they see this potential video. But to watch the video, they have to do 3 things. They have to give us their first name, their email, and their cell number, because we have a texting program.
That's smart. I like that.
So we have tens of thousands of emails in this account over the last 6 years.
Wow.
They click, watch the video, and all the video is me sitting in my kitchen telling them how I can help them get insurance. They pick up, and I tell them to phone the office right away. So this is kind of a 2-step. So for the person, there's the 1 step. They can see the ad in the newspaper and call right away. For the person who's a little bit skeptical, they can come here, put in their information, watch the video, and call. So it's kind of a 2-prong approach. But to watch this video, they must give us their information. This is my latest one. I did this a couple years ago for UMA, my Ultimate Millionaire Agent Coaching Program. And all this is, George, is me sitting where I am right now, which is in my home office at the lake. And I go through the package. I open it up, and I say, I want you as one of my coaching clients. Here's what you get. And I open up the package and go through it. And it's a lot of what you're seeing here over the last 2 webinars. But once again, look how simple this is. Like, it's mostamazingfreegift.com. So you can go and check that out. But I'm sitting there with a football in my hand, and all I do is open up this package. There's no scripting. This site was created by my marketing assistant. You can get people to do this for you for peanuts. The only thing you have to do is shoot the video. And I think my wife pressed play and then left because she couldn't stand to listen to it anymore. But I mean, I do this stuff mostly on my own. And if I can do this stuff, I mean, anybody can. Here's a site I use with our dog, Avery, who's a golden retriever rescue from a number of years ago. The greatest dog we've ever had. And so when I was on the board of directors for this animal shelter, and she came in one night as a rescue from a puppy mill, and you know, to make a long story short, she was in a very bad place, and we rescued her 3 days later, and she's been just an incredible part of our family for the last 8 years. But I wanted to do something to raise money for the shelter. And that's something that I want to emphasize to everyone that's on this webinar, all your members, George, and your subscribers. When you donate your time as a business owner, an entrepreneur, the greatest thing you can do for a charity in your community is raise money for them. They have enough people that can stuff envelopes. They have enough people that can put up posters. But the one thing the food bank needs, the one thing your church needs, the one thing the animal shelter needs in your community is what? They need help with their marketing. So when you become a serious student of this type of marketing, you're not just helping your agency, but you can help in your community at the same time, because it's like they say, you know, you're going to be like 1% of the population when you can do something like this with a video. So I'm always thinking, George, how can I help someone else at the same time? So, you know, they blessed us with 8 years with this incredible dog. So the one thing this animal shelter was struggling with was making money, and that's what we do as business owners. So I shot this video, I put this page up, I got permission, and basically this is a page that's still live, averymclean.com. And as you can see, make a donation is the first box at the top. Underneath it is our insurance, McLean Insurance, and underneath that is adopt animals from laws. So this is really dated. I did this 8 years ago, and you can see like how much video has come. But I did this with a $70 video camera, and it's me sitting on the end of the dock, and then inside it's me sitting on the front step in our home. So check out that, averymclean.com. It's been literally up for 8 years, generating small funds for the local animal shelter.
You don't use the teleprompter or anything on these things?
I never do. You know, the most I've ever done is a piece of paper with a black Sharpie on it.
Yep.
But I have 4 things in a video, and this is very important, and this is advanced stuff. But here's what you need to do when you shoot a video, and this is the only thing you need to do in any video, guys. Number 1, a pattern interrupt. You need to reach out and grab your viewer by the throat, because you know what? You're irrelevant to them until you grab their attention. They've got more things to think about than you and insurance. So as you can see with these, George, at the end of the dock is a pattern interrupt. They see the video, they're like, what's this guy doing? You know, and there's a lake and he's got his dog. That's a pattern interrupt. It grabs them. I shoot videos in sports stadiums. I shoot videos, you know, at Halloween parties. I'll shoot a video in unique places, I guess is the word. On my front step here, I'm just back from my morning walk. So I shoot videos in real life all the time. You know, you could shoot a video, you know, in your at the shelter. I've done that before, at the food pantry. So that's number 1, is when you shoot a video, shoot it in a place where it's a pattern interrupt. You're not standing, you know, beside a bunch of books and, you know, with a screen. Shoot them in real life. The more real life and the more homemade they look, the better they will be, I promise you. So in this case, I'm sitting on the dining room table behind the TV that I'm about to give away. So that's a small pattern interrupt. So that's number 1 when you shoot a video. Number 2 is, what is this about? What is this about right away? So it's like, hi, I'm Michael McLean, president of McLean Insurance, and we are giving away our grand prize TV drawing right now today for our referral contest. So I told them right away what this is about. Number 3, what's in it for them? Bang, bang, bang. What's in it for them? So, hi, I'm Michael McLean from McLean Insurance, and we're giving away a TV. And then it's, you have a chance to win a TV every month or every year, plus a free pizza when you refer your friends. So what's in it for them? And then the 4th prong, George, is tell them what to do then. Okay, what do you do right now?
Mhm.
So I pattern interrupt, that's number one. Number two, what is this all about? Number three, what's in it for me, which is them. And number four, which most people miss, tell them what to do. Hit the button below, or in my videos, it's pick up the phone and call us right now at 1-800. So I'm telling them after they watch the video what to do right then. And that's as simple as videos have to be, a four-prong approach like that. As you can see, our email signature block, we have 17 people now that work in our agency. We used to have 2 or 3. So we've grown significantly. But with videos, every single employee that we have sends thousands of emails a year to clients and prospects, thousands and thousands. Look what we've done with our email signatures in our office. And this is the same email signature for every single person. So what these are is look where they can watch these videos. So we have a PS, every email that leaves our agency, you can click on and watch this video of me, telling them about the referral program. So much better than just, sending text. And then the PPS is a link to our TV commercials. So more people have seen our television ads, a lot more have seen them online than actually on TV. And here's a funny story, George. The other day, a guy said to me, he goes, Michael, I saw you on TV. And I said, how'd I look? And he's like, oh, you look great. And they walked away, and I said to my dad, I haven't been on TV in 5 years.
I'll be darned.
And that was because we're constantly regenerating these through emails and links. So that guy clicked on the link or was on our website and saw the TV ad, and he thinks he saw it on television.
I love it. I love it.
Now, as far as we went through a lot of the stuff, last one of stuff that we've done in our agency, insurance specific. But what the number one thing that drives me crazy, as I said last Monday, as a coach and consultant, is trying to get agents to understand that we're all in the same business, and that business is the marketing business. I don't care what business you're in. I don't care what state you're in. I don't care what market you have. I don't care who works in your agency. I don't care how many hours a week you work. We're all in the marketing business. And if you're struggling right now as an agency owner, independent or non-independent, it's because you are not in the marketing business. You are in the insurance business. I'm in the marketing business in every business that I have. So the thing is I get it every day, George, where, well, Michael, that's, you have 17 employees and you have good rates, which of course we don't. You're in a better economy, which we're not. So they always are saying, like my business is different. Well, I call that burying yourself in BS, because your business is not different. If I move to New Mexico tomorrow and run an agency, I'm going to be in the marketing business. If I move to Kentucky tomorrow, I'm in the marketing business. If I'm in downtown Los Angeles tomorrow, I'm in the marketing business. So here is live proof of a business that I started 60 days ago. It's an old school vintage barber shop, and I'll walk you through this. I got this up and running in 60 days. It's been running for 60 days, so 2 months, and I'm going to franchise this across the United States and Canada once we've proven for the 2 years here what this franchise could do for an individual. But what could be more ordinary than a classic small-town barbershop?
Nothing.
It's almost as stale, dull, and boring as insurance. So when I decided to do this 6 months ago, I immediately said to myself, I decided, what business am I really going to be in? I don't want to, George, be in the barbering business. People ask me all the time, they say, how's the barbershop business? And I say, I have no idea. and people are dumbfounded. They ask me how the insurance business is. I'm like, I have no idea. I'm not in any of those businesses. I'm in the marketing, personality, entertainment business. So I decided immediately, even though it's a barber shop and not an insurance agency, I'm in the marketing business. And this is key, because now I eat, sleep, and breathe the marketing of the barber shop. I behave like that, I think like that, and I act like that. And I'm going to show you the examples. So the backbone of any long-term profitable business, I said last Monday, is a monthly hard copy client newsletter. So if you could take away everything from me, George, that I use in McLean Insurance, but only left me with one thing to start over completely, the one thing I would pick, and I get that question all the time, the real secret is our hard copy monthly newsletter. I would not give that up. I would close the agency before I did that. So we have been sending a hard copy newsletter 12 times a year to every client for probably 10 plus years. $1 per month, $12 per year per client. If they're not worth that, time to get another client. So I lock in that client, I upsell them, I cross-sell them, I get referrals, I educate them, I entertain them, I put an iron fence around each and every one of them for a measly $12 per year. Cost me $1 to send a hard copy newsletter with a first-class stamp. So, have you ever heard of a barber shop sending a newsletter? Absolutely never.
Never.
Absolutely
No,
never.
never.
So what's the first thing that I do? I do exactly what I do in insurance, and the first thing I did, and I sent this to all my members, including yourself, is I committed to a hard copy newsletter. We're now working on our second one. And what is this newsletter? We've sent one of these so far to everybody in our area and everybody that's getting haircuts and shaves. What has this done for the barber shop? It's done exactly the same thing as it's done for our agency. Retention, upsells, referrals, and product sales. There's nothing that could do that for us. No flyer, no postcard, no email, no text, no website, no video can do all of that. So we're already sending our second one out. And as you can see, I'm using it as a National Enquirer I'm in the entertainment business, and because I'm in that, I want to make fun of the barbershop. I want to do the exact opposite of other things. So as you can see, I'm borrowing on celebrity here. You know, Caitlyn, Bruce Jenner, husband daycare is how I'm marketing the barbershop, a place where spouses can send their husbands and sons and daughters. We've got Elvis. We've got Charlie Sheen, we've got Donald Trump. So essentially each month I'm putting the people that are most Googled. And as you can see here, Barber Pole News celebrating our first year of mediocrity. People have absolutely loved this.
It's the funniest thing I have ever read. Of all the publications I've ever seen, every newsletter, front and back. I showed my wife. I'm showing people around here. It's funny. Look at that stuff. I mean, this is, I don't know. I didn't know you had that big a sense of humor. I'm amazed.
And I'm going to send a copy of this to all of your members as well. But breaking news: Donald Trump fires his longtime hairstylist to become a partner in father and son's barbershop.
Oh my God.
And I have a big disclaimer on this, that this is all fun and it's just for, you know. And these celebrities are so large in nature that it's not something like more terrifying than a Charlie Sheen 7-day bender. Our 30-minute hot towel shaves are here. Inside, I use the old typewriter. Welcome to the new father and son barbershop, where the difference between a good haircut and a bad one is 2 weeks. I've got comics, husband daycare. I've got the 11 things you need to know about father and son barbershop. As you can see, I use that with my insurance agency, the 31 things why you should be a McLean Insurance client. And look at the before and after. That's one of my good friends that I did the jewelry store promotion with. But he actually sent me that's after his haircut, and he sent me this as a joke. And I got his permission to put it in with a testimonial.
Oh,
so
it's fabulous.
The before and after, and the comic there. We have the rights to those comics. And as you can see, there's the before and after. He's another business owner, Tom Burns, who does a great job. But you know, that people, the two things we've lost, in my opinion, George, and I'm still a young guy, but the two things that we've lost in the last decade are, number one is a sense of humor, and number two is thick skin. Those are the two things my father says we've lost in the last two years in Canada and the United States. So with all this stuff, there's great power in making people laugh, and there's great power in doing the opposite of what everyone else. So in this case here, people, this is funny. This is funny stuff. You're interrupting their day. They're stressed. People are anxious, you know, and all of a sudden, here's the exact opposite of what they're hearing. Like we're completely making fun of ourselves. You know, plus we do a great job on the other end. I put a product line together in 30 days. It didn't take me anything at all. I went to a local person in Perth who does this kind of thing, and I found out that the greatest thing you can do after shaving is put raw honey on your face. I mean, I didn't know that. I had no idea. I read that somewhere. So I went to this lady in town who works out of her home, and I said, can you create some products for us that we can sell and give me some pricing on it? And she did, and she does all the bottling and stuff. So, you know, if it's $10 for that bottle, we sell for 20. If it's $20 for that one, we sell for 30. And I did the T-shirts up. There's no problem doing those at all. But I made it. I called it Man Cave. And so now that's the name of our product. And what do? We sell this in our newsletter. We sell it when people come in the shop. But as you can see, very simple stuff to do, but once again, in the marketing business. Our weekly newspaper advertisements, so I'm building McLean Insurance using weekly newspaper advertisements. So I said to myself, I'm in the exact same business. I'm in the marketing business. So I'm going to do the same thing for our barbershop. So cutting through the clutter and getting noticed and read, once again, like I said last week, you have got to reach out and grab your target prospect by the throat. This is balls to the wall stuff, or you are ignored. You need to be the most relevant thing, and you need to be the most interesting thing that they've read all day or your history. Number one, you need to be the most interesting thing they've seen all day, and number two, you need to be relevant. So as you can see here, here's our website that we designed. And what is on this website? There's nothing special about this website. You can't get a haircut by going to the website. You can't get an appointment. We don't do appointments. What am I doing on here? I'm sitting in a barber chair with a Dallas Cowboys football helmet in my arm, with the Three Stooges over my, or I guess my left shoulder, and dogs playing poker behind my neck and shoulders. So, I mean, I'm sitting here talking about the barbershop for literally 60 seconds. So I've got my pattern interrupt, George. I'm telling them who I am and what's this all about. I'm telling them what the main reasons they need to come in right now for a shave and a haircut. And then what's the fourth thing I'm doing in the video? I'm telling them exactly what to do. Get your butt in here today for the best haircut and blah, blah, blah. And that's it. That's all our thing is. And as you can see, they can call the barber shop, but we don't answer the phone. So really it's like, come on in and see us. That's what it's all about. But just a simple page with a video. Here is the newspaper ads we did. These are about 4 inches, George, by 4 inches, so they're dirt cheap. And these are in our local newspaper. You'll hear people say people don't read newspapers. Well, the clients that I want, plus age of 35, they still read newspapers. I read a newspaper, you read a newspaper. People with money read newspapers. People that I want in my barber shop and in my insurance agency read newspapers. They're readers. So these are black and white ads that we put throughout the paper, and we still do. Husband Daycare Center. As you can see, this is really copy intensive. This is exactly the same type of ad that I send to my fine dining restaurants. This is exactly the same type of ad that I use in all of our niche markets, non-standard drivers, septic contractors. So really, basically the same thing. Husband Daycare Center is the headline. This one here, 4x4, same thing. Warning, man cave. That's going to grab somebody's attention. They're going to read this. It's going to give them all the reasons why to come, and it was proven to do that the first week. And then I did these dirt cheap tiny ads that make a huge punch. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. In the barbershop business, you can't spend a lot of money. So I went to the paper and I said, okay, I want to do these little black and white humorous ads. And these here, George, are 2 inches by 2 inches.
Oh my gosh.
So I put 7 of these in the newspaper, and they just take over the newspaper. And I do these for $130 a week. That's it. 7 tiny ads, because they're so powerful, but they're also business card size. And these are all through the newspaper in every section, and it just stops people in their tracks. And I also negotiate it that they put them on the right-hand page at the top corner. So when people are turning, automatically people, when you're reading a newspaper or magazine, where do your eyes go to? They go immediately to the top right-hand of every page. So guess who's waiting for them at the top right-hand page? The barbershop, father and son barbershop. So when you're negotiating with any publication, whether it's magazines or newspapers, number one, find out what their rates are, what rate card. They'll call it rate card. So they said to me, okay, these are going to be like $300 a month. My goal every day, and I buy a lot of media, whether it's radio, newspaper, whatever it is, to get 70% off rate. So I came back at them and I said, I ain't doing that. I said, I want to do this for 52 weeks, these ads. I said $100 a week. Well, we can't do $100 a week. That's crazy, whatever. I mean, these newspapers are starving, right? These magazines are
Yep.
starving.
Right.
So I said to them, we ended up at $140 or $130 a week from 300. It's the same with magazine ads. My large full-page ads in the sports section of the Toronto Sun, those were thousands of dollars. I got 70% off rate on those.
Wow.
Because these never change. And placement is the next thing. You want to say, okay, I want to be on the right-hand page every time, and if there's small ads, top right-hand page. So as you can see here, these are all based on tongue-in-cheek humor. 4 out of 5 dentists agree this is a barber shop, and better than most barber colleges. Once again, these are like 2 inches by 2 inches. Celebrating our first year of mediocrity. Warning, man cave, enter at own risk.
Oh, love it.
And we run those every week, 7 of them in there, and there's more of them, but very effective for $140. I always try to connect, as I said, a charity to something. So we had our grand opening for the barber shop. So I said, how can I help grassroots? Grassroots is the key for a barber shop, people that are going to come in and support you. So I said, I finally came to 2 charities that are grassroots, George. Number 1, the volunteer fire department in a small community. Mm-hmm. These are dads, these are grandfathers. I mean, it doesn't get any more grassroots than your volunteer fire department. And that's dozens and dozens and dozens of people. Number 2 is youth sports. I believe in activity. I believe in kids being busy. So the second charity was minor hockey. So here's what we did, and a lot of business owners wouldn't have the balls to do this, but I'm telling you right now, you give and you get. You give and you get. The key to living is giving, period. So here's what I did. For the very first weekend, we opened on a Friday and a Saturday, If you want money in your life, give it away. If you want money in your life, give it away. I donated the very first 2 days. Every single haircut was for those 2 charities, and then we divvied up the amount, and each charity got 50%.
Wow.
So you couldn't even get near our building because mom and dad and grandpa and grandma were bringing, plus the grandkids, and you had to make a minimum $15 donation. I had people giving $50, $25, whatever it was. I had 4 barbers working 2 days, and it's good for your staff because it's also such a buzz, but it teaches them immediately that we're going to be a busy shop. And like I tell my staff at McLean Insurance, people work better, George, when they have to work fast. People work better when they have to work fast. So I tell my people at McLean Insurance 10 years ago, I said, if you're going to work for me, you're going to run through your day. You're going to run through your day. You're going to look up from your work, and it's going to be 12 noon. You're going to look up a second time, and it's going to be 5 o'clock. That's the kind of job you want. You don't want to be sitting there playing with pencils and on Facebook and all. I want my people running through their day. So these new barbers, I mean, they learned immediately what it's like to work from 8 in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, literally doing dozens and dozens and dozens of haircuts in 2 days. Every penny donated back to charity. There's my grand opening Friday morning. We barely had time to go out of there. And it's funny, to start up a barber shop, what did I do? I went and hired the very best person I have ever had cut my hair, and that's Sarah in the white there. I hired her away from a top salon, brought her in, gave her a percentage of the business. I gave a percentage of the business to Sandra Challenger, my COO at McLean Insurance. Mm-hmm. So all I have to do now is the marketing. I don't do anything to do with the barber shop. The only thing I do is the marketing. Sandra does the management, and Sarah manages the team inside, and she's the very best I've ever seen. So there's a picture of my 82-year-old mom and my 82-year-old dad cutting the ribbon with our entire team, and my daughter Emery, as you can see, and that was our grand opening.
Wow.
We raised in 2 days $15 haircuts. We raised $1,700, almost $2,000 per charity.
Oh my God.
Almost $4,000 per charity. And we now have kids playing. I think there's like 3 or 4 kids are going to play hockey this year because of this event. They had no chance to play. Their families could not afford. and the firemen, that $4,000 goes to, new pumps, new hoses, new tires for trucks, all that kind of stuff.
Beautiful.
And there's my daughter Emery with the Batman cape on, getting the very first official haircut at the father and son's barber shop.
I love it. I love it.
There's when you do things in your community, there's we're all here to make maximum money. That's number one always. But I like to do things that spruce up communities, and downtown communities in the United States and Canada are struggling more than ever. Like, we're up against Walmart, and we're up against all, the malls and all this stuff. So this corner in downtown Perth, which is a beautiful, beautiful community, this has sat empty for almost 2 years, and it was an eyesore. So in 90 days, maybe 60 days, I took this, okay, this was the corner of one of our main streets, and I turned it into that.
Wow.
The real barber poles, that is a black awning. I didn't touch the stonework. We just, that's our corner now in our community. Like, it's just wow when people drive by. And we're a heritage community, so I kept it heritage. But the old official barber poles, George, with the light, and then here's my daughter Emery under the construction. The only thing we kept in this place was the floors. This place was a dump, an absolute dump, and it had been sitting there for almost 2 years empty. So we took this, as you can see, there's my partner in crime, and this was on opening day. That's a look at what we've got. We've got the Corona beer chandelier. We've got the 1965 Mustang reception desk, the old school barber chairs I got in California. You can see all the sports memorabilia. And there is, on grand opening weekend, the 4 barbers doing shaves. You got the big moose head up there. I got 5 big screen TVs. You can see to your left-hand side, I built those chairs. Those are kegs of beer. We're fully licensed, so a person can have a Scotch or a Jack Daniels and have a shave. But can you see, we're in the marketing business, right? We're in the marketing business. We're not in the barber shop business. There's a couple of my things I got in Georgia. I found a company that makes bars and reception desks out of old cars. So I bought a 65 Mustang, and when people walk in the barber shop, George, that's the first thing they see is a 1965 Mustang.
My God.
Is that the ultimate? And I got Kramer up here on the wall. I've got lockers. I've got, Pittsburgh Steelers stuff. I got Dallas Cowboys stuff. Like, it's the ultimate man cave. And of course, as I said, my product, the last bastion of masculinity. Now, if I was redoing my insurance agency, the building, I would actually, George, go back to some of this stuff. Even though we're in this, the so-called professional insurance business, if I did it over, I would use a lot of what I've used in the barber shop over the last 90 days. I would redo in McLean Insurance. In other words, if I had to put in a reception desk, I would put in a 65 Chevy. If I would have big screen televisions in the lobby. I would have, a door handle that maybe was a gas pump handle. That's what we have at the barber shop. Like, even though we're in the insurance business, I think I would still focus on it being wow and entertaining, where they walk in and they're like, holy smokes, this is incredible. Something that generates positive feedback, that generates nostalgic feelings, I guess, is one of the really big things. So
wait a minute. Let me interrupt you just a second here, if I may. I mean, I love it. How's it doing? How's the barbershop doing?
Well, we created 4 new jobs in our community, which is a really big thing.
Yep.
I couldn't script it any better. It's been a tremendous first 60 days. We're working 4 barbers. That's all we have is 4 chairs. Our Walt Disney approach to getting children addicted to coming to the place is working. They get a package of Big League Chew. They get a Coke or a root beer, the small little bottles from the 70s. We have fresh popcorn popping, so the kids get that. And mom and dad are basically almost forced to bringing them in there. We got the old Pac-Man machine from 1981. We've got pinball. We got all kinds of stuff. But what I'm most proud about, George, is number one is when a father or mother walks through that door on a Saturday morning, that's the first time their child has ever been in a barbershop, because barbershops were almost extinct, and now they're making a comeback. but it's great to see a father sitting over there or a mother sitting over there and reading a comic book or playing Pac-Man. And these kids, they don't know what Miss Pac-Man is. And now that they're return customers, it's funny. They're coming in, they're like, oh, I know this and I know this, and my dad took me to the barber shop, or my mom took me to the barber shop. I love, love, love to see that.
Michael, let me ask you something right now, just so you remember it. When you start going franchising, let me know, will you? I can, I want this franchise somehow, some way around here. So let me know. And while we're at it, we talked about barbershops and insurance agency. What the heck? What barbershop? But I think this is a fascinating thing that you've done, and you continue to do with all of your businesses. And it's the creativity. I don't see. Incidentally, I've said this before. I don't see how you do all this. And you run your family and do this and coach hockey. But at any rate, I don't see how you do it. You must have about 5 people who look just like you and maybe do it. I don't know how you do it. But
we do it with stunt doubles.
Oh, you did? I believe it. Stunt double. Well, listen. I'll say something else now to lead into the end of our talk or your end of your presentation. Uh, as I said in number one, we don't. This is not to sell things. To the Monday mornings. It's not designed to be a big, uh, you know, advertisement for anything in particular. But I know how much stuff you have here. And when you told me what you're doing and what you're giving away, and then the deal that you made with us for our listeners here, it is so amazing that I said, let's tell them, let's show them, because I think what we're going to do, what you're going to do, is to change the lives of many, many people in marketing, and because of what your thinking is and the way you've done it. I don't want to say any more than that. I want you to tell them what the deal we worked out.
Okay. And before I do, George, I want once again, making people laugh and doing things the opposite. Look at the caution on these products at the very bottom. So caution, if coffee spills on your aftershave balm, assume it is very hot. That's very funny.
Yeah.
And my other one here, warning with the beard oil. Warning, this beard oil is not intended to be used as a beer mug. Do not taunt your beard oil and use as a projectile.
Only you could come up with that.
We get so many people reading our stuff and just like, that is funny,
What's he saying?
And they crack a smile and all that good stuff. So the resource I have for people that are on this call, it makes this more than just an entertaining webinar where that was great and you move on with your business and nothing really changes, is the resort. So I have something, George, that is pretty special because it's all of my original stuff put together. It's the original postcards. It's the original newspaper ads. It's everything that I've been doing. And what I've done is I've packaged my entire $33 million swipe file. So that's how much business we've sold with this marketing in the last 12 years, since 2000 and I guess 3. So anyways, I've always kept this. I've always packaged this together, and I sell it at seminars whenever I go speaking. I mean, we have close to 70 members in Australia now. I did a speaking thing there.
In Australia? Oh my
gosh. My wife and I went there for our honeymoon for 5 weeks, so I had to pay for it. So I spoke at Mel Emery's big marketing thing. But I sold the swipe file there for, I forget, it was a couple $1,000s. But there it is. It's the ugliest package you will ever invest in. I mean, this stuff is ugly. And it's also going to change your life and your business if you use just a little bit of it. So you tear that thing open, and it's all my marketing. It's everything I've talked about over the last 2 webinars. It's my newsletters. It's my referral flyers. It's my phone scripts. It's everything. It's ugly, and it's absolutely a game changer. And for your guys here, George, I put together some free bonuses for people. One of the biggest ones is, I notice when I'm dealing with my members, is probably the biggest challenge people have in this business, George, and I think you may agree, is how to attract and keep outstanding team members. We seem to be so trapped, sacrificing standards for bad employees. Well, I did a webinar on this a couple years ago, and I'm going to send your members a copy of this, the DVD plus the paper. It's over 100 slides of paper, so this thing is a mountain. But I'm going to send this to you, and you will not have any issues attracting good team members from this day on.
Terrific.
If you implement what is in that particular webinar. I'm going to send you a DVD copy of all of my television advertisements for your entertainment, if nothing else. and just showing you how to use videos and television advertisement if you want to go that route. TV advertising now is dirt cheap. This is something huge. I'm going to send your guys hard copies of my $6 million phone scripts. This is how our receptionist answers the phone. This is how our CSRs answers the phone. This is how our producers answers the phone. This is how our money person answers the phone. So we don't do any freelancing in McLean Insurance. And I'm telling you right now, without spending one single penny, if you commit to implementing these phone scripts in your business for all of your different team members, you will not believe the difference in your bottom line. Every call will be turned into a profitable sales call.
Wow.
So I'm going to share, those are hard copies. You can take them, you can steal them, you can use them in your business. And also a free bonus test drive of my UMA program I've been talking about, the Ultimate Insurance Marketing Program. You get 2 free months, which consists of 2 free webinars with me and 2 newsletters that I send every month. So that's a $3.94 value. It doesn't cost you a penny. If you want to cancel after 2 months, you just send us an email and it's done. You don't have to. And if you like it, you stay on. That's great. $97 a month. If you hate it or don't like it, you just email us and you're done.
Wow.
So there's a lot of value here for your members, and for the first 10 agents that listen to this webinar and sign up today, George, is the extra free bonus. Is a lot of what we talked about today. Is a webinar I did a couple years ago. It was my most popular ever by attendance, is how we use video and other social media in our agency to better connect and communicate with clients and prospects. And that's basically what you've had this webinar about. This is just taking it deeper with exactly what I do on Facebook and Twitter, what I don't do on Facebook and Twitter, and how I shoot these videos and get them up and done. So that's for the first 10 agents that take us up on that.
Wow.
And one last bonus, the first 5 agents who take us up on this offer, and I think this is a lot of fun from my end as well, is you will get a 30-minute private phone consultation with myself where you call me at my home office or at the lake, and we set up a day and a time, and we talk business for 30 minutes. And you set the agenda. We can go through the swipe file. We can talk about your staffing. We can talk about the Dallas Cowboys. It doesn't matter to me. But 30 minutes on the phone with myself if you're one of the first 5 people. So there's the certificate that you'll receive. So I think we've done a good job of adding value here to this program for your team. And like I said, tiny fraction of the real price. And for your members that are on this webinar,
how many $1,000 are you going to charge? All right, go ahead, hit me with it.
Yeah, 147, and it'll be $20 for me to ship the thing. So $147 for the swipe file, for those bonuses, and 2 months of UMA membership.
Oh my God!
And if you don't, it doesn't cost you a penny more. And if you don't want to remain a member, you just cancel after the 2 months or before, and you're not charged a single penny. So what I always look at things like investments, like that instead of a cost. I always look at things like marketing and promotion. So that's an investment that's less than 1 or 2 policies. That's it. That entire $33 million swipe file, less than the cost of the commission on 1 or 2 policies. Same for the membership, and there's 0 risk. And I don't give discounts, like I said, when I speak and different things like that. I just sell it for the price that I think it's worth, and if people buy it, that's great. Marketing is my hobby. I do this for a hobby. I am an insurance agent first and foremost. That's my priority. I do this stuff, consulting and coaching, on the side, but there's a very clear line. I do this for fun, and I do it for as a hobby, and I do it for money. But where I really make my living is as an insurance agent, like everyone else on this line. So, why would I offer that at such a low price? Very simple. Number one, as I said in the first webinar, George, you were one of my first teachers. Your product was the very first product that I opened and cracked a book about how to market to insurance agents. More importantly, insurance prospects. I knew how to market. I knew how to fill a stadium and arena, but I did not know how to speak in insurance language. I didn't know how to attract people for home, car, that kind of thing. You taught me that, so I like to give back. And an ethical bribe. I feel that if I get a person into UMA, I keep 80% of my clients. So if I can get them into the program for 2 months and they start to see a significant difference in their life and their business, they always stay with us and we create lasting relationships.
Oh, I like it.
So there's my 100% guarantee. Like I said, if you don't even like the swipe file, you don't even have to send it back. Just email me or Linda and we'll give you your 147 bucks back. And if after the 2 months with UMA, you just have to cancel and you'll never be charged a penny. So you have zero risk, and there's no bad feelings or any of that stuff ever. Like I said, this is my hobby. I'm not going to get too upset about it. And so if you're interested in grabbing that stuff, here's what you need to do next. Simple phone call, no fancy websites, no videos, just call Linda Bartlett, who is my overworked and beleaguered marketing assistant. That is actually, guys, her cell phone number. That's how direct she is. That's how we sell business. That's her cell phone, 613-285-1117. We're actually giving her cell phone number. And if that doesn't work or it's busy, just send her an email right now at linda@ultimatemillionaireagent.com. Tell her you're with George Nordhaus and you want the marketing swipe file, you want all the free gifts, and she's going to charge your credit card $147, and that's it. $147, and that's it. So give Linda a call. She's a great girl. She's tired, beleaguered, but she will take your information, and I'll send this package out. This isn't some email product or any of that garbage or download this stuff. This is paper, paper, paper. I'm into killing trees, George.
Oh, you're into killing a lot of things, and people who work for you, I don't see how they keep up with you. I want to tell you something. Of all the things that I've ever been involved with over these many, many years, this is the best deal. For $147, you got a whole marketing. It's going to change a lot of people's lives here. People. And I won't say just in the United States. I think everywhere. It happens to be that you're from Canada, but people are just that we're so uptight about insurance, and you've let it all loose. And you've gone to the basic people, but you're still getting people who probably are uptight, but they're saying, "Oh my gosh, this is funny, this is great, this is interesting." Somebody cares, and it's Michael McLean who cares. And I just can't urge you more passionately than I am right now to say that $147 can make a major difference in your business. And I love it. Michael, I want to thank you again. I know you could go on for on and on and on and on. These are long, but these should be used by agents to have people, everybody in the agency listen to it if you possibly can. Send it on around. It's very, very important that you do. Go back to the Monday morning. What?
One last thing, George, I just wanted to mention to people that are getting the package, the swipe file, is one of the things we're most proud about is our work in the community. Inside that package is all of the stuff I've done with the shelter, with the food. So one of the things I'm most proud about is our brown paper bag campaign for the food bank, and we do that once a year. Inside the swipe file, when you get it, tear out that brown paper bag, study the letter, and see how you can do that in your community. We were able to send those brown paper bags in our newsletters. We sent them bulk mail in our community for something like 15 cents with the letter stuffed in them. And all it did, George, was encourage people to fill that up. I think it was not at Christmas. It was at a different time of year. I think it was in the summer when the food pantry was empty. And it encouraged people to fill the brown paper bag, bring it into McLean Insurance, and they literally filled our entire lobby with food for the pantry. So that's something that's included in this, and you know, it's a great way. I love to see that in a lot of different communities, our brown paper bag food pantry program.
Oh man, idea after idea. Michael, thank you again. I can't say enough. And I'll be working with you, and I know that we'll be doing one of these again one of these days. I can promise you that. Giving you another 3 or 4 months, you'll have another 1,000 things to tell us. So that's a great thing too. So on behalf of all of the many thousand agents who will be getting this, and I hope many, many thousand of them read it and listen to it, I want to thank you. Okay.
Well, you're welcome, George. It's a pleasure. I mean, it's been a lot of fun doing these last two, and it should be fun too. So, you know, like I said, our three-prong approach: make more money, have more fun, and give more back. So keep it simple and implement something each day, and I'll tell you, it's the greatest business in the world done right.
I love it. And the rest of you, I'll see you again next Monday morning.